Hi all, this is a post that is for mums. It is a post that I've been thinking about doing for a long time and sort of debated it because it's a touchy subject, talking about mummyhood, and everybody wants to save face and they want to make out that they've always got it right and that kind of thing. But I want to touch on a subject that I speak to a lot of women, and I coached a lot of women, and I like women. I like other women as well. And a lot of women find that when they become a mom, that they're suddenly expected to be somebody that they're not. They're suddenly expected to change into a mum, into a mumsy mum, or into this new role. And as a new mom, that can be really, really frightening and weird and alienating and lonely and all of these things. And I think we need to address that feeling, that how we can feel in that, certainly in that initial stages. When I had my first Brooke, I've spoken about before, so I always thought I would have children, but I didn't really imagine what kind of mum I would be or that my life would change. And certainly in the first, even when I was pregnant, I wanted to continue acting. I wanted to continue like there was nothing changing. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll have her and then things will be the same. She'll just be another thing that I fit into stuff and it'll be totally fine, be the same. But it's not the same. It's really not the same. And that's not to say it's a bad thing, but it can be a shock to the system because you think, well, if people have got regular jobs and I'll go back to work after the maternity ends and things will be the same. But they maybe misunderstand how they're going to feel naturally, first of all, towards their children. We do hear about postnatal depression, but then there's also the other side of mums that maybe didn't expect to be as attached to their baby. Like I was probably one that kind of thought, well, I'll have a baby and of course I love it and I'll care for it and stuff, but I'll just go back to it, it'll be totally fine. And I actually found that really difficult, surprisingly difficult. And I also found that my mindset changed dramatically, and I really battled with that because all of who I had been previous to that was, I'm an actress, I am determined, I am ambitious, I am focused, nothing is going to get in my way. And then when I had my daughter, I started to change my mindset, but it was a weird battle because then you also want to, maintain some of you and who you are and the essence of you, but also you kind of enjoying being a mum as well. And there's this weird time that people look at you differently too. You've got people that suddenly see you as this mum and you're expected to be different. Maybe you're expected not to be, like me. I'm totally sweary and, dressed like a child a lot of the time in flipping jogging bottoms. And I that responsibility, when it's thrust upon you, can be quite daunting, and you suddenly don't know if you know who you are or what you stand. It's a very, very weird time, and I know that it can be really alienating for a lot of women. I've spoke to a lot of women, certainly over the last 2 years, who want to be a mum, but they also want a bit of themselves back. As much as we love our children, at the end of the day, sometimes you really, not sometimes, all the time, you need adult company. There's only so much CBeebies you can watch. And I think, my husband jokes with me because I tend to watch a lot of like Criminal Minds and like gruesome films and stuff late at night. And I'm sure it's a reaction to too much CBeebies and cutting and sticking and children's nursery rhymes throughout the day. But you can suddenly feel as a mom that you don't know who you are. And it's a really weird place to be. And I know that there's a lot of mums out there, I'm sure, feel like that. And if that's you sat there right now and you're watching this and you're going, do you know what, I've had a baby, or I'm going to have a baby, even while you're pregnant, you can start to feel this weird alienation. You don't know who you are anymore. It's okay to feel like that. And I think it's important that we address that you feel you're supposed to be totally fine. And actually there's this massive, massive shift in your life. and how others see you, how you see yourself. You've got a child that looks to you in a different role that you're not even used to yet, and it's a really weird adjustment. And you should not feel guilty about feeling weird about that. And often, that is women will have postnatal depression, but even longer term than that you can feel like it's a really weird time and you're not sure where you want to be, what you want to do, and things that maybe you were totally focused on. Maybe it was a career, or suddenly maybe you're not. Or the other side, you're still really focused on it and everybody else wants you to be a mumsy mum and you feel weird about that, and because you don't naturally feel that. And that is okay too. That is okay, and it just means that you've got to sit with yourself and work out what's going to work for you and your family. You need to really look at, and I talk about this a lot in with my friends and things, is that you've got to look at, the things that you are doing right now, are they suited to your life right now? Are they still serving you? Are they still serving the purpose that they once did? And it's important to always look at your life and go, okay, I do this and now this has happened. Is this still serving its purpose? Should I still be doing that? Or is there a better way of doing it? Or do I drop that now? Do I try something new? You must do this. You must look at this, because your life doesn't just have to be one path. We get force fed, you go to school, you go to maybe uni, or you get a job and you stick with it and you're on this path, and we're so frightened that we should stick on that path. And I'm telling you now, you don't have to stick with one path. You can wear many hats throughout your life, and you can be many different things, and you don't have to let people's expectations define you. Just because you're a mum doesn't mean that you can't be anything that you want to be. Maybe things have to just adjust a little bit, and you have to think a little bit differently to how it would have been if you didn't have a child, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. So I'm going to talk a lot more about this on this channel, because I think it's very important, and I massively promote women and men as well, but women often are the quieter voice and feel less empowered, and the role of being a mum is, as much as mums and dads, we have fantastic dads out there. My husband's an amazing dad. My dad is an amazing dad, genuinely. So, we have great dads as well. But often that role of that motherhood and the balance between career and motherhood is on the mum rather than the dad overall. So I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on that and how we can help each other to feel empowered and to feel that we have the children, and we also have part of us, and we don't lose that, because just because you're a mum doesn't mean that that's it, So I hope this has helped a little bit, and please comment below, follow, subscribe, all of that stuff, and I'll be talking some more. And please do pop in the messages or tweet me, or whatever, message me, email me, and let me know what you'd like me to talk about a little bit further, because I'm happy to do so. I'll speak to you all soon.